Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Fronti.
Well, we're excited to have you back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. Every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., sharing what you need to know, want to know, should know about real estate, finance, your community, and so much more. And we've had lots of coffee today, so be careful.
That's right. And speaking of so much more, we would be remiss if we didn't say anything about the big game last week. Holy cow.
No doubt, huh?
Just when you thought it was over, they brought it right back and made it happen.
Can't count Brady out.
God,
Can't do it.
He really is as good as they say he is.
Evidently. Yeah. The Falcons learned that the hard way.
Well, I don't know what they say about us, but I think we're good.
Well, you see teams do that. They just try not to lose.
Yeah.
They don't go to win. They went out there and put it to them, and then they just tried to hold on. You can't do that against
same
professional
as soccer.
teams.
They say the worst soccer halftime is 2-0. If you're leading 2-0, it's like a recipe for losing.
Yeah, because you just think you can kick back and enjoy.
All right, speaking of enjoying, we'd like you to join us. Join us here in the studio by going to donandgino.com, joining us at the Vault Media Studios that we have right here at Skyline Home Loans.
Yeah, our custom-built studio just for you, so we can put in these 3 HD cameras, so you can join us in the studio here live, and you can see our very beautiful guest today.
Yay.
Miss Felicia Grady joining us. Woo!
Hello. Welcome.
She's very shy, by the way. Mm-hmm. No. We're excited because we always try to bring you some of the best that Santa Clarita has to offer. If you notice, we do not bring in, I don't know, newbies per se. I'm sorry, we just don't.
Every once in a blue moon, we'll bring in a rising star, somebody that we recognize is doing something special. So it's not
different.
Always about being new. But today we bring in experience, and with the stuff that you prepared for us here, there's a couple things we'll touch on. I was like, gosh, that's a really good point.
All right. Again, you can join us live by going to donandgino.com, DONANDGINO.com. Click on the live streaming button, or check out our YouTube channel. Over 1,000 videos of interviews with some of the best we have to offer in all of Santa Clarita, just for you.
All right, well, let's jump right in.
Okay. Well, let's see what our eyeballs see.
I know. She sent us a quick little joke.
That's
She
a good
says, let's
lead-in.
talk about eyeballs. I was like, what?
Yes.
What's she talking about?
Yeah, we have so Felicia's an optometrist here in town. And no, actually, she's one of the most experienced and most fun real estate agents we have to offer out here in Santa Clarita. What, 25 years experience
Over
or so?
25 years.
All right. Yeah.
That's
You're not a
awesome.
newbie. You've seen the ups and downs and the cycles and what works and what doesn't.
Right.
So we always talk to you about our inventory right now is extremely low. It's very challenging for you buyers out there and you sellers at times. So we have a pro in here that's going to give you some really good information and great tips and some very interesting ones that really have been brought up the way Felicia has. And I love that you took the time and effort. You didn't just show up and throw up. You actually put effort
I can still
in.
throw up if you want me to.
No, you're too experienced.
I did watch Santa Clarita Diet. If anybody took the time to watch that,
No,
the
I
first
haven't
thing she
seen it
does
yet.
is she really throws up. Like
Really?
a lot.
Thank you.
And you heard it right here on the Don and Gino Show. So Felicia's brought up some things that both buyers and sellers should be aware of, that a very experienced, knowledgeable, and a real estate agent is strong enough and empowered enough to actually share with you. A lot of agents out there will tell you what you want to hear.
Yes, that's a crime.
It is a crime, and that's not doing you a service. Where Felicia is experienced enough and strong enough and knows enough to share with you some of these great tips. So why don't we dive into these great tips, because you're talking about what a buyer is looking at when they look at a home. What are they really looking at? Because you may have what's your, because remember, when you're selling your home, it's emotional. I don't care what you say, even though you're ready to move on, it's still emotional. That's your home, your family was in, or you're in, so it's very emotional. It may not be, those things that are emotional to you may not be to a prospective buyer, right?
Right. So we are talking about eyeballs.
Yes.
And we're talking about the buyers who have 2 or 4 or whatever multiple of 2 sets of eyeballs that are looking at the house. Now, they're going to be looking at maybe how far it is from work. They're going to be looking at decor, upgrades, floor plans, those sorts of things, yard, and all those fun things. They might have their checklist about what they need, room downstairs for mom or whatever.
Why do we always ship her downstairs, huh?
Oh.
I got one of
Out
those.
back. So their eyeballs are looking for certain things. Their agent's eyeballs are going to be looking for other things. So if you're a buyer, you don't want to be going by yourself. to a property. If you're going on your own, bring a friend, bring someone that you trust, a good family member or friend or someone that's a good family member. I guess they're.
It's
I meant
true.
good
There are
friend
some and some.
or
Oh
family
yeah,
member.
I don't know.
Not all family members are good.
Yeah, I got a
family
sign
members.
at the front of my door.
really
Friends
think
are
about
welcome.
that.
Family by appointment only.
But I figure unless that buyer has been looking at homes 52 weeks a year for 25 years, they probably haven't seen as many homes as I have, or looked at as many seller disclosures, or sat in as many property inspections as I have. And I learn each time when I listen to the property inspectors also. So for example, I had a couple we were looking at
I love
some
stories. So
homes.
you guys are ready for
Okay.
stories? Felicia's got a story for us.
How do you know? Just because I said, for example? I
Yes.
could have been just teasing. So we're looking at a home a week or so ago, and it was very low priced for the area. In fact, we were surprised at the price. And we looked at the home, and it met everything on their checklist. It was great. It was a great home, really cute and all that. And so we came outside to talk afterward, and I had to give them my perspective on it. And one thing I noticed is that there's this big giant apartment building across the street. Okay, boom, that explains why it was so much less expensive. I noticed that the patio slab was sloping toward the house. I'm thinking, well, when it rains, you may have potential problems with water right there that could get into the home. I noticed electrical wires that ran across the yard, but they were covered by trees. So this is a fire hazard. So I said, well, you might want to get the electric company, if you're going to buy this house, to cut those trees, just for safety. And then there were some other items. But we kind of went through boom, boom, boom on the things that I noticed that they didn't notice because they were looking for other things.
Well, the key thing that I'm hearing from you, Felicia, and we're here on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show with Felicia Grady, one of the top real estate professionals in town, is that you go in there with a different set of eyes, non-emotional eyes. You are looking out for their best interest. You ask the question. I love professionals like you because you ask the question, what's important to them? Need, want, should have, and dreams. So you figure out those items, because a lot of times you have to sometimes check yourself, because everybody wants their dream home, but maybe you can't afford it right now, or maybe it's not available right now, and so forth. So you got to be realistic. And I love that you go in there with non-emotional eyes to help them see what they don't see.
Right, and with that particular house, I wasn't telling them not to buy it. I was just pointing out things they might want to consider and make that decision. Now, once a person buys the home, there's more eyeballs. There's the appraiser who's going to go in and take pictures and not, when they check the value. Then there's the professional property inspector who's going to be looking for the systems and appliances and testing all of those things. So they're going to check foundation and all of these things. So that's why you need a lot of help. Don't think you can just go, catch a for sale by owner and think you're going to save money, which is a whole different topic as to whether you do or whether you pay more.
Now let's talk about that for 1 second, though.
Yeah.
If you do find a for sale by owner, I'm sure they can still hire you, and they can pay for you to represent them to make sure that they have a set of eyeballs on the paperwork, right?
A lot of them will. A lot of them will work with agents on one side.
Yeah.
But there are pros and cons to that. Like, so that's a whole different subject.
Yeah.
Well, I always say you should always be represented. I'm sorry. If you think you can either sell your home on your own, one, you're going to get on average 9% less for your home, and you're trying to save 6%, you're going to lose. And you have no representation. You're handling your open houses on your own. You don't have the paperwork. You don't have the disclosures. You don't have all the things that protect
My
you.
favorite word, liabilities.
Yeah, I mean, it's silly. And then, like you said, you look at houses all the time. You know almost every track around here, what homes are. So when a buyer, meaning you're out there going, okay, how do I find the home of my dreams? Do I just go on MLS or go on Zillow? By the way, Zillow and Realtor.com don't have all the available homes. Most of them are already gone by now. It's
Not to
a
mention
recipe for
blow
disaster.
up your inbox. Oh my Lord.
I
That's for
just
sure.
had to get off of it because I looked for rentals, and oh my gosh, it
Are
was
you
such,
having withdrawals? Are you having email withdrawals?
No, I almost had to get a whole new email just because of Zillow. But so it's best to work with a professional, and so you can help narrow down their search for them, correct,
Yeah.
based on their parameters. So
Oh,
they're not
yeah.
just driving around the neighborhoods
That
and
doesn't
areas
make
they
sense.
don't
Oh,
even need to bother.
Looking at signs on places that are already sold or not out of their price range or whatever it is. No, they need to work with an agent who has access to the MLS and an agent who's connected with networking groups.
I was going to say, we were just we were
Because
at one
we were
this
just
week.
at one this week, yeah. And I do them all the time. I belong to quite a few networking groups where we hear about homes that are not even on the market yet. So that way, you as a buyer are going to get a jump on homes that aren't on the market yet, instead of waiting until, oh darn, that's already sold and that was my dream house. This way you have a shot at it and you may be able to see it early, or maybe not, but at least you're going to be aware and ready to jump.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to dive a little further into that in the next segment, because that's a key factor in the success for a buyer for sure, is working with an agent that is connected. And we're going to talk about those tips on how that can help you be more successful than the person using Zillow. When we come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. Don't go away. Felicia Grady, Don Getling, Gino Fronti. We'll be back.